you've had to change 2 in the back row with what's at stake in this game.
3 actually, yeah.
Well, I mean the loose balls.
Yeah, so 3 injuries there. Obviously with Sia, Peter Steff and Kobus van Dijk. Kobus van Dijk, is also out. So there's 3 injuries there. And then obviously we've had to, juggle around and mix that loose trio up now. But yeah, it's still certainly a very strong loose trio that we can put together, and just grateful that Ernst van Rijn is back from injury. So he comes onto the bench, and then and obviously gives Mano Redenley his first opportunity to play.
Tell us a bit about him. I don't know much about Mano.
Mano, yeah. So he played. He's been playing SuperSport for the SuperSport this year very well. He joined us last year. He was a little bit involved in the Currie Cup squad, but mainly been with the SuperSport side this year.
And what are his sort of strengths, weaknesses?
No, good, good ball carrier, smart player, good line-out option for us. We've got a high work rate. He's a smart footballer. So he had some really impressive performances, a couple of years back at Varsity Cup level for Picker. Then he came down here on a dual contract with us in Marties, and been involved with us over the last sort of 12 months. But smart player, massive work rate. Can cover both 8 and 7 and lock.
What's the prognosis on Peter Steff? Long term?
Yeah, so at the moment it's looking like Peter Steff will be out for about 3 weeks. Hopefully we can make that a little bit shorter. But he's been battling with a shoulder injury now, so he should be out for 3 weeks or so. So our target for him should be the Sharks game, and should we make the playoffs, then as well. Sia is a little bit longer. He's anything from 4 to 6 weeks. So pretty much, he's finished now with the campaign, and Kobus van Dijk is out for up to 12 weeks. So. But fortunately, we've got Ernst returning back this weekend, and next weekend we've got Chris van Zyl returning back, and hopefully the Sharks game, would like to think that JD Schickling will be back as well.
Steven, big opportunity this weekend for the team. You guys have got this momentum now. How important is it to carry that on away from home?
No, definitely. I think it's a massive opportunity, especially after back-to-back weekends playing really good rugby, and going to the Lions in the backyard and actually putting on a good performance. I think we owe it to ourselves to get dominance away from home as well, and as I said, just put up a good performance and play towards our strengths, and just play good rugby.
Steven, Lions have got Malcolm Marx back in their pack for this week. How much of a difference is he going to make to their performance? Yeah,
Malcolm he's a good scrummager. He's good at defensive breakdowns, and I think it's our job to take that away from him and actually play on our own terms, and not make him get involved in the game so much as what he normally does. And that will give us front foot ball and good momentum, and we can play towards our strengths.
But the pack with the changes, obviously, there might be a bit of getting to know one another a little bit on Saturday, but the backline's nice and settled. So I guess is it just about setting a platform and letting those guys do what they've been doing for the last few weeks?
No, definitely. I think the forwards are ready and frothing to put up another good performance and give the ball, give good quality ball to our backline so they can make magic.
Flecky, just it looks like this halfback combination is settling nicely now. You gave Stander a chance, and the Chargers, and they're really looking like they're the two that could guide you into a playoff position.
Yeah, I think, Steve. Craig, I think that certainly the two of them have done pretty well, both Josh and Herschel, over the last couple of weeks. I do think that the way Jael has come off the bench and brought some variety to the game as well. Especially last weekend, I thought that the touches that he had, and he scored a good try, and so it's working in our favour at the moment. I guess when it comes to this stage of the competition, you want to try and find those combinations and stick with them, which gives the group a lot of confidence. I think we spoke about it 2-3 weeks ago that we're going to try and keep the changes to a minimal, over the next couple of weeks, just so that we can get some continuity in selection, give the group a lot of confidence going forward. So, but it's also horses for courses, occasion, especially when you've got a flower for the left foot, and there's certain games that you really want to, where Jael may play an important role, or Josh for that matter. So, but at the moment, the combinations are working, and the backs certainly played better last weekend. They really contributed in all aspects of the game, which we're pretty confident with going into this game again. So obviously the disruptions up front is a challenge for us, and we haven't been able to train both Monday and Tuesday because of the disruptions. So I think that today was a good hit out for the boys, and just to get a feel for each other, and and it's one thing it does, it's a great opportunity for the likes of Notch to start again, and for Johan de Toy, who's been excellent off the bench, and then as I say, getting a guy like Ernst van Rijn back into the mix, who was outstanding before his injury. So we're not too concerned in terms of the injury count. It's all about opportunities, and those boys bringing energy and confidence to the group to perform well up at altitude, which we haven't done well in the last couple of seasons.
You have to change it up the way, what you're doing with your back, with your loose boards, in the absence of, you can't change it to the steps here in terms of experience.
Yeah.
You change it up because of the type of players you've got.
A little bit, we certainly have to play to those players' strengths, so when you've got the likes of Sia and Peter Steff, they play a certain style, and our game involves around them. Sorry man,
It's just a lot of photographers coming from
but we can't do a press conference when Oaks are walking in. Sorry, Craig, can you ask that question again? Sorry.
Yeah, just about the loose boards.
Yeah, look, I think that with the way that Sia and Peter Steff play, there's certain strengths that they bring to the table, and then obviously with Joe and Ernst and Nochi, they play a different type of game. So we have to play to their strengths as well. So there'll be one or two tweaks in the way we want to play this game. Obviously we have to be quite smart in the way we want to play up at the high faults, but in those last 20 minutes, the Lions pride themselves in a high tempo game, and they put you under pressure. So this pack is certainly mobile enough to handle that, and we're quite excited about what we can do in those last 20 minutes as well.
Well, that mobility it's kind of what I was alluding to. It's a fast field, Ellis Park,
Yep.
in that sense. So
It is.
It kind of maybe suits.
It does,
particular venues.
That's exactly it, certainly with these guys, like I said, Johan de Toy and Nochi, Ernst, and reason for Mano's selection is their ability to move around the park, and their mobility and their high work rate. So it certainly does play a role in the way we want to play.
Looking at much of a role with the fact that Alton is not there, you won't be playing. How much do you think they will miss him?
Well, if that's the case, I haven't seen the team yet, but Alton's a special player, isn't he? He's key to the way they play, and so is a guy like Oren. So it's two senior guys in their group, and they certainly give them direction on and off the field. So Alton is key to certainly the way they want to play the game. And he's pretty much played every single game, hasn't he, this season? So he's pretty instrumental in the way that they play. So in saying that, they've been able to still, I feel that they're on the up. I feel that they're playing good rugby at the moment. I felt that they were probably a little bit unlucky against the Sharks last weekend, and they certainly created enough opportunities in that game to win it. And even when Reynolds came in and he mixed in between 10 and 12, they looked pretty comfortable still in their shape and what they were trying to do. So, look, key players, but, we're also missing some key players, and we're not too worried about that either. We're pretty confident in terms of the guys that we've selected this weekend, and it's about the youngsters being given opportunities, and it's about how they can stick their hands up and play. So I'm sure they'll have a similar mindset, whether Warren's not playing or if Elton's not playing, whoever's going to step up, they're going to back them to bring confidence to the group and stick to the way they play. So I think it's going to be a cracker game. There's going to be lots of tempo, that's one thing for sure, and we're growing in confidence in the way we're playing at the moment over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and I've certainly seen a step up in the way that they're playing over the last 3 to 4 weeks, and So it should be a cracker game.
Sorry, last one from me, Stephen. Just every week's been like a final for you since after the Warriors game. But in a way, does this feel more like it because you really have a chance to put your foot in the throat of an opposition in your conference, and then with 2 home games to come. So does this one feel like you really got to somehow win it at all costs because of what follows in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the last couple of weeks the boys have stepped up, and it felt like final rugby and test match rugby because of the amount of effort they put in during the week and the performance they put on Saturday. And this weekend's no different. I think the boys will go out and take it as another big opportunity to keep climbing on the log and really give ourselves the best opportunity to make those playoffs.
Okay, all done. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.